Well, hey there everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name's Jeff. Today I want to tell you about this car I rented. I was in Boston last week. The guy at the rental car place said, here's the keys. It's a Buick Envision. It's over in space number 23. And I went over. I had no high hopes when I walked up and I saw this Buick and I went, oh, an American car. But you know, this is all they had and I had the key and this was what I was gonna be driving for the next week. Well, let me tell you, any idea that I had about cars made in America being worse than Toyotas or Hondas or BMWs or whatever, out the window. It's really funny because I just did not want to return this car after the week was up. I was like, oh, this is my new ride. I wanted to tell you what I like about it. First of all, when you sit down in it, just in the seat, it just feels like a very comfortable, but you're upright and you can see the whole road in front of you. And part of that is because the dashboard, you know, usually you just have like the speedometer and the tachometer and how much gas you have and stuff like that in front of you. And then off to your side is your, you know, maps for your GPS and, you know, maybe Google CarPlay or whatever. But in this car, they had a whole sweeping display all the way across. It was this beautiful, like, panoramic view, and it was a beautiful screen. And the best part of that screen, and one of the best parts of this car, was that they had not only a backup camera for when you're, you know, parking and stuff like that, but they had this bird's eye view camera, which I just never been in a car that had this. So when you're parking or when you're pulling out of a spot or when you're entering into traffic or whatever, you can see how much space there is between you and the car, like up near your front tire or near your back bumper or whatever. But you can see all around you from above. And that bird's eye view, I just cannot explain how much easier it made it in all these times when you're backing out of parking spots or whatever, mostly related to the parking stuff. And then the other things about this car were that it was a very quiet ride. The interior of this car was sealed off from like highway noise. And the reason I figured this out was I got into Logan Airport late at night, you know, and had to make a drive about an hour and a half. And I've done this drive many times, but I usually do it in like smaller compact cars. And you know, you're kind of tired after driving an hour and a half. And it seems like you've been driving for a while. In this vehicle, it seemed like half the time because it was so damn comfortable in that seat. And the ride was so smooth and just so stable. And it was just time kind of compressed. There was no road fatigue. I don't know if that's even a word associated with driving in a car, but I actually felt more energized when I got to the destination than when I left. And I think a lot of it had to do with just the nice feel, the nice vibe in this Buick Envision. No, I'm not sponsored or paid to talk about this. And like I said, I'm just a guy who rented a car, but was kind of blown away, kind of impressed by how nice it was. And you know, it's little things like when you go get some like pho or you go out for Thai food or whatever, you drive into the parking spot, but then when you're backing out, you know, you can't, it's usually just a little parking lot stuff. Getting your car into a little, pulling out, people in the lot behind you doing crazy stuff. Oh, and when you're backing up, if someone drives behind you or is walking by, it vibrates the seat. It vibrates the driver's seat that you're sitting on with a little bzz, and it doesn't hurt, but it's just a little bzz to let you know, hey, heads up, there's someone like right behind you doing some stupid stuff and you're gonna like hit them or be hit by them if you're not careful. What I remember using is the adaptive cruise control, and you know, I didn't read the owner's manual on how to do it perfectly, but I liked the way it could gauge the distance between you and the car in front of you and kind of keep that distance. And that made it just, you know, kind of nice if you're driving and you want to just make sure you don't get too close to the other driver in front of you, but you're doing it on cruise control. So it's like easy peasy. maybe I'm too easily impressed. I've been driving an older Toyota for years and it doesn't have any of these features. So I was kind of blown away by this. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video. This was a new car, I think, and probably not a lot of people are talking about like, ooh, you know, Buick Envision. Most people are probably more excited about like the fancy Mercedes out there or a BMW X3 or this or that. But those are like, you know, $60,000 or $70,000 SUVs. And this car is much less expensive. I think there are probably a lot of reasons for that, of which I am not aware. But the thing that did impress me is that the technology in this car is today's technology, right up to the heads-up display, which is kind of shows you how fast you're going. It also shows you the speed limit. It's right there on the windshield, so you can see it, but no one else in the car is distracted by it. And yeah, I just think the camera system in there was pinnacle, top of the, it was just right there, and really well done. So I think with a lot of these cars now, it doesn't really matter whether it's made in Japan or whether it's made in Europe or whether it's made in the States. I think the US manufacturers have really upped their game, and they're incorporating a lot of the same technologies that are going into cars that we have traditionally viewed as more reliable, more sophisticated, a little more stylish. Yeah, the styling in this car was really, really nice too. I mean, I'm sure if you compared it to a car that costs $30,000 more, maybe the seats aren't quite as luxurious or beautiful, but I thought it was plenty good because most of the time I'm just sitting in the seat anyway. I don't really care how it looks, but then again, that's just me. So let me know what you think. Have you ever tried one of these Buick Envisions or any of these kind of US-made SUVs? And if you have, were you impressed with the experience or were you let down? I'm just curious to hear from anybody who found this video out there and thought, hey, I'm going to watch this guy talk about a rental car experience he had. But thank you for watching it. This video, you know, just kind of something I'm doing for fun. It's not typical of the videos I do on this channel, but I thought, hey, every now and then you got to mix it up a little. You got to live life. You got to do some stuff maybe that you've never done before. So thank you very much for being with me through this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, by all means, subscribe to the channel. I make new videos all the time. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.